Hey everyone, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. We have actually another game of Flash here going up against nOOB. Right now Flash is leading 2-0. They actually played 4 times, so I'll probably go through all 4 of those. I am particularly interested in what Flash is doing in TVP. I really do think that kind of almost mid-rangey way he was playing it in the last game, where it was like kind of upgrade Terran, and then like the 4 factories, kind of heavy production, figuring out when he can get the command center, and then the 4th really quick. That was pretty damn good. And I got to tell you, I used something kind of similar on the ladder, and it felt like one of my better TVPs that I've had in a long time. So it wasn't exactly the same, but like I kind of followed the same type of idea, and yeah, it felt really, really good. So I gotta tell you, it does feel like Flash is onto something. Now we'll see how he deals with this. Oh, Flash using the same SimCity as me. A lot of people moved away from this one, but this does make you put the barracks here, and then you have the 2 micro holes that Marines can run through that Zealots and probes can't follow. Anyways, we're on Neo Dark Origin, and of course, this is a tough map. This is actually going to be really interesting because we haven't seen Flash on a 2-player map yet. So Flash grabs his gas right away. Okay? Now, something I've been thinking about, right? So if you grab your gas right away, it slows your barracks a lot. There's definitely some issues. Obviously the probe is continuing to harass, but the barracks is literally like at least 10 seconds later than it would be normally. So that's almost a Marine build time, right? So it's like if there is a proxy gate, that can make it really, really scary. Now the probe came in very fast, right? So it came in just as the depot was finishing. So maybe Flash looks then and says, okay, the odds of there being a gate are pretty low. I think it would have to be like just like a 7 pylon gate or something like that. It would have to be really, really fast. So anyways, he is just trying to defend this. You can see some very heavy harassment here, and Flash just trying to get up to his factory. I tell you, this is like he's going to have a reasonably quick factory considering. In the meantime, nOOB is sending some Zealots out. He is making a second one. His gas going to be a little bit later here, and there's the factory. The factory really not that late. He is going to get that going quickly, and It looks like Flash is doing a good job with the opener so far. I don't think the Zealot's going to do all that much. Yeah, I'm kind of withholding judgment here. Because I want to, like, this style, it looks good, and it looks like even in my head, I'm like, ooh, is this what I should be doing against, someone trying to offensive gas me? But the thing is, like I mentioned before, right, if there's a proxy gate, this is way worse, right? Like, he holds this pretty easily because the gate is down here. What if the gate was right here, right? The Zealot's in there when you have, like, 1 Marine. And then they start going after the SCV and everything. Here he's going to make a Vulture. He's making his 3rd depot. So everything looks very, very good for Flash here. Oh! He's gonna lose a few Marines there, so that's unfortunate. But the Dragoon is not going to be fast, so he's going to be completely fine. As long as he just produces. He might actually make a 2nd Vulture as well. I feel like I would make a 2nd Vulture here. No, he goes add-on. Okay. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning what Flash thinks is good in these situations. It's just that he's taken... Well, he kills that extra Zealot, so now it's all completely fine. I feel like if the Zealot gets held back and then he brings up this Zealot and this Dragoon and you don't make the 2nd Vulture, it could be a little bit risky because your Marines are so badly hurt. Like, a Dragoon actually beats this, right? When you add the Vulture in, it's, like, very close, but if you put a Zealot on top of that, it smashes. The Protoss smashes there. Anyways, Flash is getting a bunker up. We saw some micro there with the Dragoon putting damage onto the Vulture. Yeah, and he's going to target down the hurt Marines really quickly, as you can see, and then just back up. The command center started, and it is a bit behind, but that's what you would expect. Sinking Gateway coming up as well as range. We have a siege tank on the way. And, ooh, Citadel. So it looks like we are going to have a DT rush. I wonder if Flash is going to put some pressure on. Like, if he just puts down the armory. So that's a depot. We haven't seen mines started. Normally, if you're going to put pressure on, you do start mines. He did just lose that vulture out there, so good hunting from nOOB. So he starts a secondary tank, and let's see, like, is this going to be armory? It is armory. Okay, so I mean that's Flash falling back into what he likes all the time. Like he wants to get his upgrades going immediately. He wants to scale up really well with those. But yeah, this could be a pretty protracted game. Like this could be. It needs getting Academy as well. So that's actually, this is a little bit nerve-wracking. We'll see what timing the eBay is at. But like, this looks like it could be one of those games where if nOOB makes 2 DTs and then one scan discovers the DT tech, then Flash dies. But normally Flash holds his scans back. So we'll see about that. Now 3 Dragoons up at the front. Looks like they want to pressure a little bit. He's got 2 tanks, so this is actually not scary, really. Like, if you have 4 goons, it's a lot scarier. This one's pretty badly hurt, so as long as Flash keeps track of that, he can power one down pretty quickly. In fact, he's going to... You don't want to poke out there. So 2 DTs are on the way. And we don't see the eBay started yet. A lot of times what you do is you start the comsats, and then you start the eBay. Okay, so here come the goons to actually snipe. And okay, so he is going to lose 1 tank, 2 tanks really quickly, and there's still 4 goons left. So this is actually pretty darn good. He's really trying to reduce that 1 more goon, because 4 goons are, that's what's like actually dangerous. Oh man, this is really bad for Flash now. Now, well, he might be able to trap and kill the Dragoons. It looks like he probably will be able to, but he doesn't actually have his comsats on the way yet. So down go all the Dragoons, but DTs are walking across. He needs to start those comstats like ASAP, and he's starting Goliath range. So you can see he's like very tunnel visioned right now on getting some defense up, but not the right defense. He's going like anti-shuttle right now. That's what this... Oh, he canceled the range and went into siege. And he does start +1. Okay, well, that's game. GG. Okay, we'll go into another one. Okay, so I said I had 4 games of Flash vs. nOOB. I must have hallucinated that. I don't have 4 games of Flash vs. nOOB. But I do have another game of Flash vs. Jaedong. And that one was so short, we may as well, right? So here we are. We're actually on Troy, so definitely a very different, cheesy map. I feel like Troy definitely gives us entertaining games, but this map needs to be burned in a fire. It is a witch. So, yeah, I guess let's see how Flash vs. Jaedong goes down here. Obviously, Jaedong so far has had a lot of games where it looked like he could beat Flash, and he's beaten him a few times, but Flash definitely with the winning record. Got to be a bit painful there for Jaedong, but yeah, I do want to say one thing. Like, there is a little video that Jinjin put out about Flash's return, and the pro gamers kind of talking about it and being like, oh my god, that's Flash? Because like Flash did not tell that many people. And Jaedong specifically said, oh my gosh, if he returns now, that's going to make things really interesting, which I love to see. You know, sometimes people returning actually gets you motivated, right? Like, I tell you what, especially with Jaedong, right? Because Flash is like his eternal rival. Okay, they were the top 2 players in the world at the peak of StarCraft, and they had so many great matches against each other. And you know, I could definitely see that getting Jaedong motivated to be like, ooh, I really want to keep up. And he's already very, very good. I see people with the Jaedong hate in the comments sometimes because he does end up losing a lot of these games, but these are practice games, guys, and he's still making ASL every season. And yeah, he's not like winning ASL right now, but like honestly, some of his games look really, really, really good. So he's not really that far off, I think, of having some great runs. But anyways, yeah, I could see Flash's return maybe motivating some of these guys, and especially people like Jaedong and Bisu, who were his rivals in the past. And that would be, I mean, there would be no greater story than those 3 duking it out deep in an ASL, right? I can speak on the subject. Like, for instance, you know, my rival back in the old days, like the 2004 through 2008 era or something like that, was Day9. And like, I tell you what, if he returned and he was practicing hard, I'd be like, ooh, I got to put in more effort. And I already put in a lot of effort, but I'd be super motivated. Yeah, there's something about that, of kind of having a rival to practice for. Anyways, it is a fast command center here, and Jaedong just seems to be going for a pretty standard 2-hatch, probably a 2-hatch Mutalisk here. He's getting Zergling speed, nothing weird about that. Of course, on Troy, if you end up killing the assimilators, that is going to mess things up. You do have to kind of kill both assimilators, which is not that easy for Zerg here. Like, it definitely can be done with the Mutas, but, like, you know, that's 900 damage, and you have to have so much control at that point, you're probably going to win the game anyways. So I don't feel like this matchup in the early game does it come into this that much. But once you get these speedlings out, like, and look at this, he's got 2 SCVs. Dude, he really wants to know what's going on. That's crazy. So he actually gets an SCV in. So he's going to be able to go down and scout, and he saw a drone pop out, which tells you a lot. And in fact, the SCV is going to live until Zergling speed as well. So we actually only have drones being made. If he can keep it alive and see those drones pop out of the eggs, that's huge. This is something Flash has been doing a lot, is 2 scouting. Like sending a secondary SCV. Not a lot of people do that. A lot of people just try to keep it alive as much as possible. But he, like, preemptively sends out the second SCV. And this is, it's like, you have to see it. Like, the game is completely different if you know whether or not they're going speedlings, like mass speedlings. It's completely different for Terran. So I think it's such a good idea to send out that second SCV. So, anyways, oh, my voice is breaking. Oh my god. Flash is putting me through a second puberty. Anyways, we have this command center, god, this hatchery going up in the top right. Now, this is where Troy really comes into play. You can stop biopressure from attacking your third base if you just send these speedlings. Instead of massing speedlings, you go and kill the assimilators. Now, that being said, we have a 2-Rax Academy rush, and that's 7 Marines. He does not have his Sunkens up yet, and we don't see a bunch of units in production. This is bad. He needed these back already. Uh-oh. This is really not good. He's making all lings, so the mutas aren't even being made. He just needs them. Yeah, he's just going to... I'm sorry. Those were a couple of not as good games. Are you sick of Flash yet?